it is I, Tabletop Dracovin, Lord and Emperor of the Dracovin Empire, and welcome. It is time for Gathering the Roll, the only news program supported by the Empire, with exciting and fantastic news from the worlds of collectible card games like Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh!, with role-playing games like Dungeons & Dragons, Shadowrun, Pathfinder, and the World of Darkness, and of course, card and board game news to finish it out. Well, today, let's start with our collectible card game news, as we always do, and let's start with Magic. Hours of Devastation has officially had its release. So now, this set that we've been talking about a lot up until now, it's finally out, and you can get the booster packs, Planeswalker decks. All are available now for purchase by you. So if you want to get some of these exciting cards, you can now. In Magic Tournament news, there are going to be two coming up over this weekend. The Grand Prix Toronto and the Grand Prix Kyoto. That's Toronto, Canada, and Kyoto, Japan. Now, there are still sign-ups online for Toronto, but if you would wish to participate on either of these, there will be at-the-door registration starting on Friday, but that's a little first-come, first-serve. If you can't get to any of these, you can still check them out online on, of course, Magic's Twitch channel. Now let's move on to some role-playing game news. And let's start with the World of Darkness with V20, the Vampire 20th Anniversary. Dark Ages Companion is out. So this is going to be all about developing domains across the world, new paths, new mythos. It talks about building your own domains for your vampires to be in, and some parts of warfare that might be occurring that your characters might be involved in. So if you're a big fan of some Dark Ages V20, you can check it out now. So out in Pathfinder news is the Pathfinder Player's Companion, Blood of the Sea. This is all about the strange and mysterious creatures and players and characters that are arriving from deep within the sea. This is new archetypes, feats, spells, abilities, all related to characters that are from the depths of the sea. Those aquatic and ocean-dwelling characters that you might want to play. It also does give some information for land-dwelling characters, so you do have a little bit of mixture there. But primarily it's for those ocean-dwelling characters that you might want to play. Now, also out for the Space 1889 RPG series is the Marvels of Mars. This supplement is actually taking two kind of previous supplements and putting them together in one to help you for your Mars-based adventures. It includes a number of creatures of Mars. That's the first supplement that gives you over 60 different creatures that you can encounter on the Martian wasteland. And a supplement about the history of Mars and the technology of Mars, diving into this combination of some of the ancient technologies that have been developed there and some of the historical importance of said technologies dealing with Mars. So the Marvels of Mars, combining the creatures of Mars and the marvels of Martian past together into one supplement you can get now. Also out for the Colores RPG, which is kind of Arabian Nights meets space, are four new supplements. First is Artifacts and Technology, which is just that, artifacts and technology. Then there's the Hammurabi, which is basically talking about describing this portal space station. Makanji, describing this oasis settlement upon the planet Lukau. And Uranus Ravine, talking about this colony on the planet Gina. And finally out, we of course have the solo player RPG, a new type of RPG made for a single player. Quill, Shadow and Ink. This very dark fantasy game filled with Lovecraftian horrors, made for a single player. But that's it for the news for this week. Links to any of these news stories, of course, will be in the description below. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. It's always important to share the news. If you have any questions or comments about any of these news stories or more, feel free to leave these in the description. I'll answer them to the best of my ability. If you have any questions or discussion topic suggestions that you think would be a little longer than here, you could suggest them for Discussing Tabletop this Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at www.twitch.tv/Tantus and Dracovin. Or you could email me at discussingtabletop@yahoo.com. Both of those would be good ways of spending those questions if you have any suggestions that way. But if you just have anything simple, go ahead and leave it in the comments, and I'll answer it. Also, if you want to show some extra support, you can always check out my Patreon, which is linked in the description below. Great rewards there, and it helps to grow and improve the channel and the Empire. But regardless, until the next time, I bid you farewell.